Let us discuss about arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean of numbers. Okay, let us say I've got these numbers 1, 2, 3, and I want to take their arithmetic mean. So what I'll do is I'll add these numbers. Arithmetic mean will be equal to, I'll add these numbers and divide it by number of numbers, that is 3 in this case, right? There are 3 numbers, so I'll divide it by 3. So arithmetic mean will be 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6, divided by 3, and it is equal to 2, right? So this is arithmetic mean. Now I can have more numbers, right? These can be any numbers, they don't have to be in arithmetic progression, right? Any set of numbers, if I add, that is I take their sum of numbers, divided by number of numbers, will give me their arithmetic mean, or simply we know it as average of numbers, right? Simply we know it as average. So to calculate arithmetic mean of certain numbers, I'll add those numbers and divide it by number of those numbers. So in case of AP also it is true. So if I've got A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus up to AN, and I want to take their arithmetic mean, I can simply say it is equal to their sum divided by number of these numbers, which is n, right? So this is arithmetic mean of these numbers A1, A2, A3, AN, which happen to be in arithmetic progression. Even if they were not in arithmetic progression, we could have taken their arithmetic mean. But now that they are in arithmetic progression, they will follow certain properties, right, which we will try to discover in this lecture, right? One of the things that we know about an AP is, if these are in AP, we have already discussed that sum of terms equidistant from the beginning and end of an AP is same. So A1 plus AN is equal to A2 plus AN minus 1, A3 plus AN minus 2. These sums are equal, right? We will use these properties of arithmetic progression to discover some properties of arithmetic means. Now this is arithmetic mean. What is this sum? We have already calculated this sum Sn as n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? Now if I put it here, what will be arithmetic mean? It will be equal to n by 2 twice of a plus n minus 1 into d divided by n, right? Another way of writing the sum was n by 2, the first term, plus the nth term, right? And we can write it as n by 2 a1 plus an divided by n. Now you see, I can cancel this n with this n and write it as a1 plus an divided by 2, first term plus last term divided by 2. So the arithmetic mean of this AP a1, a2, a3, an is the sum of these numbers divided by number of these numbers, that is n, or it can simply be taken as first term plus last term divided by 2. And we have already seen in the properties of AP that first term plus last term is nothing but second term plus second last term. So this arithmetic mean can also be written as second term plus second term from the end, or second last term, right? So in that manner I can say that it is also equal to third term from the beginning, third term from the end divided by 2, right? You got my point? So these all expressions will give you the arithmetic mean of these numbers which are in arithmetic progression, right? Now if you observe, first term plus last term, second term plus second last term, their sum is equal. And if I divide this sum by 2 and this sum by 2, this will give me my arithmetic mean. So what can you say about this now? If I write a1 plus a2 plus an minus 1 plus an, that is first two terms and last two terms. What do I divide it with to obtain the arithmetic mean? I need to divide it by 4. Why? Because this second and second last term are nothing but you can replace it with a1 plus an, right? This you can replace with this. So now if I replace it with this in this expression, in this entire expression, what will happen is a1 plus an. Now I am replacing this. This can also be written as a1 plus an. Now it is divided by 4. So you can write it as twice of a1 plus an divided by 4. So this is nothing but a1 plus an divided by 2, which is our arithmetic mean. So if I have to write these 4 terms in the numerator, that is first two terms and last two terms, then I'll have to divide it by 4 to obtain my arithmetic mean. Similarly, I can say a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus an plus an minus 1 plus an minus 2. That is first 3 terms, last 3 terms. If I add these and divide it by 6, I'll again obtain the arithmetic mean. So the expression for arithmetic mean is that you add all these numbers and divide by n, or you just add first and last number, or if these numbers are in arithmetic progression, obviously first and last divide by 2, second and second last divide by 2, first 2 plus last 2 divided by 4, right? I hope you got the idea that I want to talk about, right? In case of these 3 terms, you have seen that arithmetic mean was nothing but this middle term, right? Why? Because these 3 terms are in AP. If 3 terms A, B and C are in AP, then this middle term is nothing but the arithmetic mean of A, B and C, right? Arithmetic mean of A, B and C. And what is B? In case of 3 terms only, you can write it like this: C minus B is equal to B minus A, because this is the basic property of an arithmetic progression. So you can write 2B is equal to A plus C. Hence B is average of A and C, A plus C by 2, right? So B is the arithmetic mean of these 3 terms which are in arithmetic progression. Now if you have got two numbers, A and B, right, you can write some numbers or any amount of numbers between these A and B in such a manner that the resulting sequence becomes an AP, right? And these numbers that you insert will be AMs, right, or arithmetic means. So what I mean to say is, let us say you got two numbers A and B. You can insert numbers between A and B in such a way that the resulting sequence will become an AP. Then these numbers that you inserted here, whether you insert one number, 3 numbers, any amount of numbers, those will be arithmetic means that you have inserted here, right? What I mean to say here is, let me explain. Let us say you have got these two numbers and you write some numbers like A1, A2, A3 up to, let us say, AN. So how many numbers have you written? These are n numbers, right? So I've inserted n numbers between these two given numbers A and B, and this resulting sequence is an arithmetic progression. Now I can say that these n numbers that I've inserted are n arithmetic means that I've inserted between A and B. I'll tell you a way to think about these numbers. First of all, tell me how many terms are these? How many terms are written here? I've inserted n arithmetic means, right? And first b and a will give me another two terms. So total number of terms written here are n plus 2, right? Where, and this is an AP, b is the last term, a is the first term. So what can I say about b, which is the last term? It is equal to a plus number of terms minus 1, which is number of terms. Number of terms is what? N plus 2. So n plus 2 minus 1 into common difference, that is d. So I have taken common difference as d here and written b in form of a. So b is equal to first term plus number of terms minus 1 into d, because this is the formula for nth term, right? Or last term. A plus n minus 1 into d. A is the first term, which is this. Nth term that I have taken, or in this case the last term, or n plus 2th term, right, is b. So b is n plus 2th term, then a plus n plus 2 minus 1 into d will give me value of b. So what I mean to say here is that I can write b as equal to a plus n plus 1 into d, n plus 1 into d. So what will be d? That is the common difference. It will be b minus a divided by n plus 1. B minus a divided by n plus 1, right? Let us take a question and understand about it. If let us say I have to insert 20 AMs, that is arithmetic means, between 4 and 67. Okay, so now I have specified that I need 20 AMs between 4 and 67. What I mean is I need to insert 20 numbers between 4 and 67, that is A1, A2, A3 up to 20, A20. Okay, so I have to insert these 20 numbers between 4 and 67, and now this sequence, this resulting sequence should be an AP. This is what I want, right? So let us say we inserted A1, A2, A3 up to A20 in this between 4 and 67. So obviously if I have inserted the AMs, this sequence is an AP, right? And if I ask you about number of terms here, number of terms in this AP, you will say we have inserted 20 AMs and there were two terms already there. So 20 plus 2, 22. So number of terms is 22. Second thing that I know is, what is the first term? What is the first term? First term is equal to 4. So first term is 4. What is the last term or 22nd term? The 22nd term is equal to 67, right? And what is 22nd term? A plus 21D, right, where D is the common difference and A is the first term, right? And in this case also our first term is 4, right? So A plus 21D is given as 67, where first term is 4 plus 21 into D I need to calculate, right? Because once I get D, I can simply add D in 4 and obtain A1, then add another D and obtain A2, and so on, right? So once I get the common difference, I will get these AMs that I am looking for. So 21D is equal to 67 minus 4, which is nothing but 63. So D is 63 by 21, that is 3. Now look at this A1. If D is 3, then I'll add it to 4 and obtain my A1. So A1 is 7. A2 is 10 because I'll add 3 in A1 to obtain A2, and so on, right? 7, 10, 13, 16, these are my arithmetic means. So I have inserted these 20 numbers which are arithmetic means between 4 and 67 and obtained an AP. You can see this is an AP, right? 4 plus 3 7 plus 3 10 plus 3 13 plus 3 16 and so on. You can keep on writing 22 25 28, right? You can write your answer yourself. So this is how we insert the AMs between any two given numbers. Okay,